Good morning, Dr. Angie here. You can reach me at nutritionalfix.com. For today's daily fitness segment, we're going to train back with triceps. Starting with the one-arm dumbbell run. Left leg hangs off. You're going to reach, shoulder away from the ear, pull it back. Exhaling on the hard part of the movement, which is pulling. Try to allow your back to do the movement, not your biceps. So if you can notice, I have a very loose grip on the dumbbell with my fingers. Eight to 15 reps, reaching and pulling, shoulder away from the ear. Super movement. One more time, change sides. Set the position. Exhale. Reach and pull. Dumbbell extension, drop it back, and exhale. Straighten. Inhale. We're going to grab the next heavier weight. And we're going to come to the floor for a core movement. Elbow plank. And hold. After a few seconds, go into a teeter if your shoulder will allow. And take it down. Child's pose for 2 breaths before going into the second round. Progressive resistance, we're going to go a little bit heavier. Setting the position and pull it back. And change. Nice deliberate repetitions with perfect technique. After a while, the technique becomes automatic, and this is also why it's really important when you first begin to really pay attention to all of these things. And it's very hard to look in the mirror while you're training without pulling a muscle. So you kind of are relying upon others to tell you if you're doing the movement properly. Inhale down and exhale, extend. Focus. And this weight is a little bit heavier, so I'm going to do less repetitions, 2 more here. And I'm going to grab the next heavier weight to prepare, but we're going to go on the floor for another core movement. We're now going to go into our regular plank. Shoulders stack over the wrist and start with the teeter. Feet are about 4 to 8 inches apart, looking in between the thumbs. Okay, and stair step. You're just going to drop one knee and straighten. If you feel the lower back, come down into child's pose. And take it down. Prepare for the last round of one arm rows and tricep dumbbell extension. If you are new to training, I would not recommend that you superset. It's very important to build the foundational base first. Less repetitions with the heavier weight. 6 to 8 for me today. Last round of tricep extensions. The next 2 movements, one for the back is going to be pullovers. The one for the tricep is going to be the dumbbell nose buster. We're going to go on the floor here in a moment for another abdominal movement. Always remember to stay hydrated. And we're going to go into a leg raise. Nice and smooth and methodical. If you feel the weight of your legs bend on the bottom, meaning here. Okay, because the weight of the legs are going to transfer to the lower back. You can place the feet on the floor or up top, or even in the air. Thumb and index. We're going to go towards the wall and towards the floor. Nice and smooth. The elbows are going to be by the ears. Exhale, chin and chest. So the movement's like an arc. It's not an extension. It is an arc. The back is doing the movement. The triceps are secondary. Exhale overhead. Inhale. Always coordinate the breath with the movements. Exhaling on the hard part of the movement. It differs and varies based on the movement. All of this is going to become second nature as you train. Just like you breathe in yoga. Extremely important. We're going to do one more repetition, and I'm going to grab the next lighter set of weights for triceps. Start and end at an angle. When in doubt, start with a lighter weight. You can always go heavier versus starting with a heavier weight and risk getting injured. Try to keep the ego out of it when you're training. Just do an extra set or stop and go heavier. Inhale down, exhale extend. And if you notice, I'm at an angle versus straight up like so. We're starting and ending. Just at a slight angle. You don't want to feel confined, and you don't want to feel pain in the elbow, especially you men out there. And that's the reason why I say, especially with men, start a little bit lighter. Just do an extra 5 repetitions and you'll see what I'm talking about. And take it down. Nice and smooth transition always. The next abdominal movement, we're going to grab the top of the bench with our elbows close together like so, meaning not like out. We keep them closer, I call it volleyball arms. You're going to grab the top here. And we're going to start the first round almost like a pendulum. I call it a metronome, like so. Because if you feel something negative, that's going to be it. You're not going to be doing this movement today. Everybody else, just get over your fear, because we're going to be changing the movement. So just stay stable with your arms here. Exhaling. One more time. Next round. A little heavier. Inhale down. Exhale over. One more here. A little heavier weight with the tricep movement. Again, this is called a tricep dumbbell extension or nose busters. Skull crushers. Different names we utilize. Start, end, end. At an angle, inhale down. And just remember, you cannot not get results, okay? Just pay your dues. Put the time in. Just like running, just like anything else. Why would you be good at it? This is also why I kind of recommend that this be personal to you. And one more repetition. If you feel anything negative before then, take it down. Round 2 of the abdominal movement. This time we're going to take it up a little bit higher towards the ceiling after we rock back a little bit. If you don't feel confident, stay with the first movement, which would be like that pendulum / metronome, like so. That was the first movement here. If you feel pretty good, take it up. Little baby ones, you would have to take it up higher. Again, you're going to be anchoring with the triceps, with the hands here grabbing at the top of the bench. Pointed toes helps with stability. Just like taking your toes kind of to the ceiling, okay? And one more. Take a quick sip. Okay, last round here. And again, this is the pullover, supersetted with the nose buster tricep extension. One more time. Always keep your focus and try not to look around while you're training. Very easy to pull a muscle when you do that. Progressive resistance. We're now on our heaviest weight. And one. We're going to do one more round of abs, and then the next movement is going to be a bent over row with both hands at the same time, and that's going to be supersetted with tricep dumbbell kickbacks. Now, I'm going to do the tricep movement first and the back second on this next round. Last abdominal movement. This time, we're going to rock it a little bit higher with the toes. And you can even go all the way down here if you like. Now I'm just going to do two more. When in doubt, stay with less reps. Okay. Tricep kickback. And when you do this movement with both knees on the bench, you can feel it in the abdominals as well. If you don't feel stable, I would recommend doing it on the floor, or you can just lean. You don't have to be up on the bench, okay? And again, I'm doing 10 reps here, and this is very effective, and you also feel it in your back, not just the triceps. That's why I like doing it this way. Okay, the second move is the dumbbell bent row. Normally, a person utilizes much heavier weight. I have a little bit of an injury. I feel my lower back, so I'm going to go lightweight. Now, if I feel it during the movement, I'm not going to do it. Bend and bringing it in. So you always want to pay attention to yourself. It doesn't matter if the weight is 2 pounds, okay? You could hurt yourself. Work around injuries, not through them. Even if you don't think it's an injury, work around pain, not through pain. Otherwise, you're just going to take steps backward. Okay, so that's going to be it on that one. We're going to do 2 more rounds. I'm not going to do an abdominal movement in between. We're going to do a little mini stretch. We may try a little bit heavier weight. We'll see. Stretch that tricep out and shoulder. Okay, and another way that you can do this movement without standing on top, like I just did, was just put one knee, kind of like when you do the one arm row. Okay, so like so. And as you can see, it's much easier. I can feel a little bit in the oblique and the intercostals, little serratus anterior. Not the same in the back muscles. The last set, I'm going to go back to the lighter weight and do it like the first round. They're both effective, very effective. Just go lighter if the knees are on top. Okay, last 3 here. And I'm just going to do less repetitions with the 8-pounder. Bent row. Knee soft, rear end comes back. Fold forward. Take it up. And again, anywhere from 6 to 15. I'm going to do 8 repetitions. Last 2. And take it down. Last round 4. The kickbacks, and I'm going to start with the left hand first on this last round. And again, I can feel my whole entire back. Two more for 10. Whew. Last 2, and as you can see, I'm being very strict with the position of my head today. Taking it down. You don't want to go looking around when you're training back and neck and head, any of that. You want to always make sure your head, neck, and back are in proper position. Drop the hips back, forward fold, spine straight, and 8 repetitions. Not get results, you guys. And again, just because you might have a little tweak, work around things, not through them. Okay, I'm taking this down, nice and smooth, right into thread the needle here. Exhale, drop the left ear on the mat. Change. Gold post to the right. Work the rib cage, separate the ribs with the breath. Change. Open up that rib cage. Exhale with the breath. And a couple cat-cows here. Inhale, look upward. Exhale, pull it on in. And I would recommend that you stretch for another 5 or 6 minutes or so. What a wonderful little back and tricep superset workout today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.